Hi there! This is Ala and welcome to our Concept Club, the club where we study different concepts and definitions that will help us in our personal life and in learning English. Today we will focus on discussing our bottlenecks. A bottleneck is a little part of the bottle. Let me show you. I have a bottle here. It's pretty big. If you fill it with water or wine, that will be about a liter. But let's look at the bottleneck. This part is really narrow. And no matter how full the content is, it will drip very slowly. The bottleneck concept was first used in the beginning of the 20th century to show the part of the road where it was the most narrow, so it impeded the traffic flow. And in general, it started to mean anything that would obstruct a flow. Later on, it was used in software development and testing. And some of you who work in IT are familiar with this concept. In our language learning, as well as our personal development, there could be the most narrow place, a little bottleneck that prevents us from developing. And though our potential is big, we cannot show it. How to identify your bottleneck? First of all, you can make a self-assessment, self-audit. When we do the testing, we offer our students to evaluate 7 language skills: speaking, listening, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. And if you think about these 7 areas, you will find that some of them are stronger and some of them are weaker. Just put a number on a 1 to 10 scale and you will see the difference. With your findings, it's great to come to your teacher for recommendations and help. The second thing you can do to identify your bottlenecks is to find an expert and have a good, thorough testing of your language skills. In EnRu, we do this. We offer you the full picture so you will see your strongest and weakest skills. And even inside one skill, there could be some differences or varieties. Let me give you an example. Sometimes I have students coming to me and they say, "My grammar is good. I've been studying English all my life. I can speak. But whenever I have to speak with native speakers or watch a movie, I have a hard time understanding." So they have trouble understanding native speakers, though they can speak with international speakers or speakers of their level pretty comfortably. In listening, which is their weakest skill, there are several potential problems. The first one is when you cannot identify the sounds. You're deaf to the sounds that you don't know. The second problem is when you cannot identify the vocabulary. And the approach to resolving these 2 problems are very different. In the first case, I usually advise to join my accent course. And in 2 months, you will have no problem identifying the sounds. From movies, songs, from native speakers, your listening comprehension will upgrade 1 or 2 levels just because you learn what kind of sounds there are, what clusters they can make, the dropping or omission of some sounds in fast speech. If, though, your problem is more of a vocabulary, you need to have another approach and look at sad expressions, collocations, or idioms that you may not understand well. I'll tell you about this problem in a different video. Sometimes we're not aware. Most of the times we're not aware of our bottlenecks. But sometimes, even if we're aware, we still try to use our old methods to fix them. And it applies to personal development, sports, health, nutrition, whatever. A lot of times when people see their weight is stuck in one place, they just apply the same old technique, for example, exercising or dieting. But the problem is bigger, and you need to evaluate it thoroughly to make sure that you've found your particular bottleneck. Let me show you one grammar example that people don't usually realize. Some of my students are very fond of continuous tenses. Present continuous, And because they're comfortable with continuous, they start using it in every sentence. I'm asking my student about their work. I say, what's your job? What's your job position? What kind of responsibilities you have? And I hear, I'm working for this and this company. I am using this technology. I'm speaking to clients. I am writing emails, right? And when they do the third or fourth time, I become suspicious, so I clarify. What do you mean by when you say you are working for this company? Are you gonna quit? Because continuous means temporary actions, tendencies, right in the moment situations, which are not always constant. If you want to talk about something steady, routines, habits, you use which tense form? Present simple, of course. So if you say, I'm working for this company, you mean it's temporary and you may quit. And of course, they say, no, I'm not gonna quit, I love my job. So be careful because it will send a wrong message. So after you find your bottleneck, please go to the expert, go to your teacher, try to fix it, and you will see progress. You will see immediate result. I hope this video gave you some insight and it will help you to develop your language skills. By the way, here at EnRu, we have specific diagnostics where we test all 7 language skills and give you recommendations for self-education or a kind of course that will help you to deal with it. If you write me in the comments about what type or which skill is your weakest, we can help you and offer you some solutions. Thank you for staying with us. Have fun and improve your English.